Thanksgiving week. Want to wish everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving. It's a fun and exciting time of year. We talk about family. Excited to be with our Bison family, my family here this week. Coach Gerard is here. Want to wish him and Coach Kish. I know they got a huge match on Sunday. Wishing them all the best. But for us, we're very excited to be back at home. Hoping to have a great turnout in the Shield Center on tomorrow night, Wednesday, and then again on Saturday. And we're very pleased. Our guys went out and earned a terrific victory for us against a very good, talented Missouri State team on Friday. I think the next step that we've talked about is to show some maturity now and use this next week at home to handle our business and take a next step forward where we are not on the roller coaster that we were, so to speak, last year and really build off the success. And what I'm most pleased with Friday was just our defensive urgency, a team that broke school records last year in the number of three-pointers made. We held them to 1 for 17. And that one that they made and their one assist that they had came on the same possession. We just didn't – that was on us. We didn't get matched up in transition. So it was very encouraging. We've spent a ton of time on defense this fall, and that really paid off in a hard-fought victory. And now the next challenge is to not make that the highlight of our season, but to build on that and going forward. I'll take questions.
This part of the season's all about learning things and learning and improving upon things. Did you guys notice anything different on that Friday at Missouri State from USC, from Santa Barbara? Notice anything different? Feel anything different that you guys can build on?
Certainly from the Santa Barbara game that Saturday before, where I just thought our defensive urgency, we were pretty locked in and pretty intent. The big thing that we've asked our guys to do is our guys, they have great intent. We talk about the right things. We want to do the right things. For a young group, it's then when the stimulus changes, when the lights come on and it's 40 minutes of go, can your behavior reflect that intent? And I thought for the better part of our game against USC, it did. And I thought we were able to build off some of those positives from USC and carry those over against Missouri State.
How far has Tyson progressed as a complete basketball player?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that, I pulled Tyson in and early in our practices this fall and showed him some clips of just some things that you don't see a sophomore in college doing offensively. And then I showed him some things on the other end of, where I'm just, I'm not that guy that's just going to let you be special on one end. Tyson has the ability to be a very talented two-way player, and that's our standard, that's our expectation. The great part about it is Tyson wants that as well. Now it's just my job, our job, to continue to show him those ways where he can do that at a high level.
After Cam's big day against USC, you talked about not making judgments based on 1 or 2 games. How many games generally for you guys is it before you'll make a lineup adjustment, a rotation adjustment, something like that? Yeah,
that's certainly a good question, Ross, and I don't know if I have a definite number of games, so to speak. I think it's about not being reactionary and taking out over a body of work, so to speak. We're 3 games into this. I feel like we are making progress. We're building. But you can see, you come against a team like USC and Cam has a great game, turned around and, his numbers, not that he was bad against Missouri State, but you can tell a little bit. We have to be mindful that the young man is 3 games into his college career, and to expect him to be perfect every night is unrealistic. And that's why we talked about it. And Paul's playing a lot of the point guard right now, especially to start the game, to help Cam get adjusted too. But I'm also very realistic. Cam and Hunter's not going to play 40 minutes at the point for us all year long too. So I think that balance is playing out, and encouraged to see Cam have some success, but also very realistic that the young man's 3 games into his college career.
You feel like Paul's time handling the ball so much and expending energy on defense has anything to do with his shooting percentages, or that just a small sample size?
I think it's a really small sample size. Paul's probably the last guy I worry about on the team, especially offensively. I was just really encouraged to see his behavior on the defensive end. When I mean behavior, just like his intent and his behavior reflected each other. They matched each other, and that's who we are. You look at our offensive numbers; they're not terrific. I certainly understand that, but I also look at who we've played. I look at where we've played. I look at 2 high-level offensive guys for us that really shoot it, Jared Samuelson and A.J. Jacobson. Those guys have probably practiced a combined 12 times so far. So, and it goes back to me, and I'm not going to hide from it. We've put a lot of emphasis on defense, so I think our offense can continue to grow.
Do you anticipate Tyree being part of things this year when he gets healthy?
Yeah, I mean, he had the ankle injury that's certainly been a setback, and we had a conversation yesterday just going forward of where he's at, and again, I'm not just going to throw him in to throw him in. If it's part of the rotation, if it can help us win games, we're gonna do that. But very encouraged also at the things that we saw over the course of 30 practices in October. The way he played in an exhibition game under the lights was very encouraged. So now that next step is when and where those minutes present himself, how does he handle it?
Where are you with Paul on the point guard situation?
Yeah, I mean, again, not to be reactionary to anything, I'm very comfortable with where we're at right now, especially early in the season of letting certain guys get their feet wet in different spots and seeing how those things play out. And believe me, I have those conversations in my head. We talk about it as a staff. Or Paul's numbers not where they need to be because he's got a bigger responsibility, certainly. But I also, sit down and watch film with Paul, and I think he would tell you first and foremost he's missing some good looks. He's not finishing like he can, and if he does a couple of those things here or there, those numbers are drastically different.
He's done it before, though. He's a streaky guy.
Yeah.
Same thing last year.
Yep, absolutely. You look at when we were in our tough stretch, we go to Missouri State last year where we were downright awful. Go to Xavier. We end up at North Carolina A&T, get a win there, come back and played our worst game of the year against North Dakota, and turn around a couple of days later. Our back is against the wall. We're dead in the water, so to speak, against UC Davis. And then Tyson and Paul finally hit some shots, and that's when we were able to go on a little run. So, I think, again, like, there's no secrets in life. It's about getting in the gym, repping some things out, and Paul's certainly a focal point. And then I look at USC is a top 10 team in the country. They got length and athleticism that we're not going to see in our league. Missouri State had 30 first-place votes in the Valley. They've got different length and athleticism that we're going to see consistently. So by no means am I panicking or overreacting. I think just part of it is just the experiences you have to go through.
How do you guys approach this week? Do you guys do Thanksgiving together, or do the guys kind of spread out? How does that all work?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we want to be together as much as possible. That being said, we've got some guys that are from the area, and so they have an opportunity Thursday afternoon after we've done a team meal to get away. We want them to do that. We have some guys that have family in town for this weekend playing 2 games, which is nice. They get to be around them, spend some time with us. But we'll be together for the better part of Thanksgiving, and anybody that doesn't have a home, they'll be at my place just to make sure that we're all together.